Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I wish to thank the Honourable Assistant Minister for the question. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Volunteer Service was established under Part 10 of the National Employment Centre Act 2009 to promote a strong sense of service and civic pride amongst the people of the Fiji Islands. Mr. Speaker, sir, volunteering is considered one of the best and productive means or forms of personal and professional development, richly adding value to society in the most cost-effective and caring ways through contribution of effort, skills, and time in charitable ventures and humanitarian assistance to the less fortunate people in society. Only yesterday, sir, we heard from the Honourable Minister for Youth and Sports regarding the various activities our youth are going to get into. We have in the past had our Boy Scouts, our Girl Guides, our St. John's, and so many others, Duke of Edinburgh. All these were very, very good training and development programs for our youth. Somewhere along the line, we kind of lost them, sir. So it has now additionally become a means of training and entry into the job market of our new graduates as well. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, under the scheme, last year a total of 111 graduate volunteers were engaged with the local employers, including government ministries. For the current financial year, a total of 122 graduate employers are engaged. Mr. Speaker, sir, my ministry also reviewed the volunteer allowance from the previous $120 per week as an incentive to support volunteerism, where graduate volunteers are now paid a weekly allowance of $180. And out of this, 50% or $90 is paid by the host employer, and the balance is paid by the ministry. So that is for graduates or those who are degree holders. Our attachment for certificate levels and diploma levels are now $150 per week, compared to the previous $100 a week, where 50% again is paid by the host employer and the other 50% by the ministry. Large number of employers are able to benefit from this, and it is mutual, where new graduates are able to acquire training attachment, and at the end of it, there are those that are actually taken full-time, employed full-time by the same employer, and the period is between 3 to 6 months. Mr. Speaker, sir, the other scheme is the School Employment Program, or SEEP. It is spearheaded through smooth transition of students from school into the world of work, into decent jobs and employment growth, based on students' subject combinations, skills, potentials, in line with their interest. Mr. Speaker, sir, the SEEP program was initially launched in November 2018 in the Central Division, before it was launched in the West and later in the North in 2019. The program was later shelved following the onset of COVID in 2020. Mr. Speaker, sir, the whole practical exercise is an early intervention for students to experience work readiness and to help students nurture their employability skills needed in any work environment. This is highlighted in the National Employment Policy, Policy Priority Number 1, to create more opportunities for young people aged 15 to 24 years to follow clear pathways from education to employment. The objective is for education and training providers to have a closer tie with the employers, and I firmly believe that the SEEP program will go a long way towards fulfilling the policy priority. The opportunity will provide hands-on experience in the world of work and allow students the opportunity to make decisions on their career pathways, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, A total of 28 secondary schools in the Central Division participated in this year's program with a total of 163 Year 11 students. For the first time, we have schools included from rural areas, including Waindina Secondary School and Wanimala Secondary School from the province of Netasiri, and Nuku Secondary School from the province of Serua. These students, Mr. Speaker, sir, were hosted by 12 private organizations and 8 government ministries. Sir, for schools in the Central Division that missed out, my ministry intends to continue this collaboration in the next school holiday with other schools in the West before moving to the North. So when these students are attached to these workplaces, they are paid a small pocket allowance of $20 a day, and their bus fares are taken care of by the Ministry of Education through topping up their cards. Mr. Speaker, sir, I must acknowledge our partners from the Ministry of Education, the International Labour Organization, and the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation for this collaboration, which could bridge the gaps between education system and our world of work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.